Have you ever had someone say something and immediately you felt hurt or offended? And before you had time to think, you reacted. Many misunderstandings in life happen in just a few seconds because we react to someone's words without stopping to think about something very, very important. What were their intentions? Sometimes the words can come out wrong, completely wrong. Maybe the wrong words that offended, or maybe the wrong way of delivering them, the wrong attitude, the wrong tone. It could be anything. But the heart behind what they're saying is not wrong at all. Hi, my name is Sandy, and welcome back to Aunt Sandy's Corner. Today, I want to talk about how we can stay calm when someone says something hurtful and why a person's intentions can and should make a huge difference in how we respond. Some people are naturally louder, more blunt, a little abrasive in how they talk, more emotional, more expressive. Do you know people that communicate in ways that you can see other people misunderstand them? I have people in my life that I think I'm not going to react to how they say it because I know their heart. That I think that can be very common. Others are calmer and more careful with their words. I can be calmer. I'm sometimes very careful with my words, but I'm sure I'll mess up. I'm sure I can rub people the wrong way, you know? So, people of because of these differences, sometimes we judge people quickly based on tone or personality instead of their heart, and that can lead to misunderstandings. We have to remember that we don't want to be judged harshly, so we should not judge harshly. There could be misunderstandings going both ways, and I do have stories today about some misunderstandings. So sometimes we say things imperfectly. Sometimes we'll offend people. Maybe we speak too quickly, too loudly, too sternly. And even though we're trying to help, we can offend people. And of course, they can do the same thing, right? They're trying to help us, but it really comes across wrong, right? So, if we hope others will give us grace, then we should try to give them grace as well. That's real important. So, to me, whenever I was preparing for this, it kept coming to me. The intentions are just the most important thing. I think that there are so many styles of communication, so many different ways of speaking. And we have to look behind that, beyond that. We have to look at what are they actually trying to do, right? Are they trying to help me? Are they trying to give me words of wisdom that I need to listen to instead of be obstructed by the tone or the volume? Before we react, we can pause and ask ourselves questions. That's real important, okay? Maybe while you're standing there talking to somebody, you can just be polite, like you should be, and even though you don't want to be. And after you think about it, you can process it and say, yeah, they were just being nice. They were just being nice. Are they trying to hurt me? If they're trying to hurt you, that's something altogether different. Altogether different. You know? Are they trying to help me, but they're just not expressing themselves very well? Super different situations. Okay. So I just wanted to tell you a brief story about work. Really, I was coming up with a lot of stories. So I'm going to have to limit it. So there was a situation at work. I was trying to help somebody. I thought that I was helping somebody. It was not received well at all. It was not received well. My intentions had absolutely nothing to do with that entire situation. I thought it was a friend helping a friend. It turned out to be uh, taken as a friend attacking a friend, right? I guess I didn't say it right. I don't know what happened, to be honest, but it got ugly. It exploded. It got to the boss, and it just really, it took years for us to get over it because of a simple misunderstanding. Because I was trying to help. Maybe I should have minded my own business. That's kind of the way I am. I try to help people, even maybe when I shouldn't. And that person felt judged. That person felt judged and accused. They felt really bad. That was not my intention. I did not want to hurt that person. Okay. So it ended up exploding in my face, but I can tell you that the intentions were good. I was trying to be a good friend. It didn't work at all. It didn't work at all. It was an explosion immediately. Oh, please, people. The intentions are so important. That the consequences for that misunderstanding and misreading of intentions lasted years. Everything is fine now, but it took years. Not worth it. Not worth it. That was years of closeness that we could have had, right? That were lost. Okay. There was also another misunderstanding between a friend. Actually, oh my gosh, I have so many stories. So there was another friend from work, and this was very recent. That friend said something that I did not like. I thought it was inaccurate. I thought it was untrue, but I know her intentions are honorable. She is a friend. I think she loves me. I love her. And I truly believe that her intentions are not bad. Although what she said was offensive, I'm not going to get offended by it. I'm going to have faith that I know her heart, and I'm just going to learn from it. And I did adapt whatever I needed to adapt. And there things are better, but I thought it was untrue. I thought it was unfair, but it really doesn't matter because I love her. She is a dear friend of mine and I know her intentions. Okay. If people have good intentions, don't ignore it. Don't ignore it. And that person spoke only sweetly. This isn't even this is more misunderstandings, not because of tone or anything, but the intentions are the most important thing in communication, or one of the most important things right now. To me, that's the most important thing. You've got to know their heart. You've got to trust that you understand what they are really trying to do. So I could tell you more stories, and they from years ago and from now. I just had another misunderstanding with somebody, and so we've agreed. I mean, the reaction from that person was quite harsh, but I just let it cool off, and then the next day everything was better. I mean, just let things cool off. And this is a friend of mine. I'm not going to get all upset about it. Different people have different personalities. We've got to give them the freedom to have their personality and to process things the way they need to process them. And the only reason that we're friends is because I know their heart, right? You got to know their heart. And if you're going to get all hurt by anything people say, I'm sorry. I just don't think that that's a very loyal friend or a very good friend. We have to know people's hearts, and then we have to give people a chance to be normal, flawed human beings, right? We are definitely normal, flawed human beings. We can communicate wrong. Even though I feel that I communicate nicely, whatever. Sometimes things are misunderstood. You know, I'm, I guess I'm glad that these years have passed and everything is good with that other person. But on the subject of not good intentions, that is definitely, some people can pretend to be nice, pretend to be your friend, and have bad intentions. That is completely, we need to protect ourselves from that. Okay? Protect ourselves from that, know their intentions, and if there is malicious intentions, if they're trying to cause trouble, if they're trying to create division or something, then you need to definitely separate yourself from them. What I would do is acknowledge it. Like, are you saying this? And, I always like to confront everything. You can do it calmly. Some people will not confront. I do, but it can be done nicely. And then you have to internalize it. You have to know, okay, is this good or bad? If it's bad, get away. Just avoid them, because there are definitely people with bad intentions. And not just avoid them, but pray for them. Pray for them. And the people that are difficult to listen to, even though you know that they have a kind heart, just pray for your tolerance, because even amazing, very beautiful, kind-hearted people can be difficult to listen to sometimes. But the heart is what matters to me. In James 1:19, it says, everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. This verse reminds us that slowing down our reactions is a form of wisdom. So, when somebody says something that hurts and offends us, our first reaction may be to respond emotionally. But if we pause for a moment and consider the person's intentions, we may see the situation more clearly. Sometimes their words may be clumsy. They might have a strong personality. They might speak harshly. But what's important is their intentions. And learning to recognize that can protect your peace and your relationships, and get away from malicious people. So, before we finish today, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever had a misunderstanding with somebody that became a much bigger thing than it had to be? I would really love to hear stories in your comments, and maybe how you solved it. Mine took years for that one. I try to always talk about things, right? So please give me your stories if you have any. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I look forward to visiting your house again, or your phone, and talking about something else. I do have plans for my next video, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. Please come back and see what it is, okay? God bless you. Have a great, safe week. God bless. Bye bye.